Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to school. I hope you've had a lovely, lovely Easter holiday. I hope you've been outside and enjoyed the sunshine sensibly and safely, and making sure you've been following that rule of 6. It's really important to keep us all safe still. But I hope you've managed to see people, see friends and see family and have a really lovely time. And welcome back to school. It's the summer term, which means that we're going to have better weather. We're going to be able to be outdoors even more. We're not going to be freezing with the windows wide open all day long because it's lovely warm weather. Now, this weekend, some of you may have watched the funeral of Prince Philip. And we're going to take a few minutes today in our assembly just to have a think about Prince Philip and who he was and what he did and why he was important. So Prince Philip was born on the 10th of June in 1921. So he was 99 years old when he died. He was a member of the British royal family as the husband of our Queen, Queen Elizabeth II. And Philip was born in Corfu, and he was originally a royal prince of Greece and Denmark. Now, he wasn't the king because Queen Elizabeth was in line to the throne, and the person who marries a queen doesn't become king, but is called the prince consort. The prince consort. Okay, so in 1947 he married Princess Elizabeth, as she was at the time, before she became the Queen, and they've got 4 children. There's Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, Princess Anne, Princess Andrew, Duke of York, and Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex. They've got 8 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. He was the first member of the royal family to be interviewed on TV in May in 1961. And the Queen travels around the world to visit different countries as head of state, as the Queen, and he's travelled with her on all 251 of her royal trips. Now, Prince Philip retired from his royal duties and visits in 2017, but he was the longest serving royal consort in the United Kingdom. He was called the Lord High Admiral of the United Kingdom. And in his early life, he served in the Royal Navy through the Second World War. And at the end of the war, he was on the destroyer HMS Whelp in the Pacific and was in Tokyo Bay when the Japanese surrendered on the 2nd of September in 1945. So he's given an awful lot of his time, of his life. He's spent all of that time in service to the country and in service to the Queen. And it's pretty incredible that somebody can do that. And I think that's the really important thing with this, that Prince Philip has spent all of that time giving all of his life, all of his efforts, all of his energies to his royal duties. So, a bit more information now. In the Summer Assemblies playlist, there is a short video clip about Prince Philip. So I want you to watch that other short video clip, and then we're going to come back together to carry on with my bit of the assembly after that. Okay, go watch that short video clip. Right, okay, now that you've seen that, what do you think is Prince Philip's greatest achievement? That's something for you to talk about as a class. Have a think. What do you think is Prince Philip's greatest achievement? What will he be remembered for the most? Now, it's thought that Prince Philip had a good sense of humour and was often quoted making jokes. And during one exchange with a reporter at the airport, he was asked how his flight was. And he replied with, "Have you ever been in an aircraft?" And the reporter said, "Of course." And Prince Philip said, "Well, it was a bit like that." Now, if you're going to give your whole life, give all of your time to doing your job, to your work, how important do you think it is to have a good sense of humour? Do you think it would have been important in his role? Now, the Queen recently said, "During these years as your Queen, the support of my family has, across the generations, been beyond measure. Prince Philip is, I believe, well known for declining compliments of any kind. But throughout he's been a constant strength and guide. He has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years, and I and his whole family, and this and many other countries, owe him a debt greater than he would ever claim or we shall ever know. So what do you think the Queen meant by that? What sort of debt could be offered to Prince Philip for being her strength? I think. Now, I think that it's important that the Queen has this massive important job, and Prince Philip has been the person who cared for her and was there by her side right the way throughout. If you think about it, you've got somebody at home, it might be mum, or it might be dad, or it might be brother or uncle or whoever, who is the person that you always go to. And for the Queen, that was Prince Philip, the person who she would talk to, the person who she would share things with. So he was that role for her. He lived a long and extraordinary life, and he'll be fondly remembered by many for his loyal service and his role in the royal family. So there we go, a little bit of information about Prince Philip for you. Now, I'm sure that many of you watched the funeral at the weekend or have seen news reports or stories and things, so just a little bit of extra for you. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody as I wander around school today, and as I see you out on the playground. Have a lovely, lovely rest of the day, guys. Bye-bye.